I just want to ask one question. This is actually a member question.
Okay.
So I've been cutting more salt, and they're more mindful of their sodium intake, aiming for 1,700 to 2,000 milligrams a day. Do you think that's overkill? And then another member said, should be way higher if you're athletic. How would you respond to that?
Well, we recommend people have less than 1,000 milligrams of sodium a day.
Is this excess or total?
Total.
Really?
So they're less than 1,000.
Okay. So you're way lower than the
So 1,700 to 2,000 is still too high in sodium, and it's going to cause high blood pressure and a premature death. So we have the whole population has developed. What percent of people develop high blood pressure in their later years? Almost everybody does. What percent of people develop heart disease in America? Almost everybody does. You can't just be a little better than the average American. So this person is cutting back from 2 packs a day of cigarette smoking to 1 pack a day. It's still a dangerous amount of salt. So it's
not overkill at all. You want them to go much further.
Yes, we get the food gives us the right amount of sodium. And if you're on 2,000 calories a day, you're getting about 700 milligrams of sodium in your food. If you're on 1,500 calories a day, you're getting about 500 milligrams of sodium a day in your food. You're getting less than 1 milligram of sodium, less than a half a milligram per calorie. So that's where staying under 1,000 or under 750 for a woman and under 1,000 for a male based on your caloric intake is what usually happens when people just eat naturally. You hit that right amount of sodium. You have to think about sodium. Now that doesn't mean a person can't eat a little mustard or a little Ezekiel bread that has 100 milligrams of sodium in here or there, and you pushed your level up from 600 to 700 or from 700 to 800 is irrelevant, but we don't go up to 1,700 to 2,000. And those
Which is the
electrolyte drinks,
national recommendation. So you're not the national recommendation. You're still way lower than.
Yes, and the American Heart Association recommends people with heart disease try to strive to get way below 1,500 to move closer to 1,000. That's what they're telling people.
Oh, great.
Which, yes, but that's waiting for a person who has heart disease to do that. We want people to do it before they get heart disease. We're saying it's lifetime exposure. You don't wait till you have heart disease to do it. That's the whole problem.
So to reduce your risk of stroke in the kitchen, you're saying throw out your salt shakers.
And your soy sauce and your Bragg's amino acids and don't get used to
natural foods.
Natural foods without salt.
And a little bit of pasta sauce, but always choose the low sodium or no sodium options at the grocery store if you're using packaged foods.
Or use the Dr. Fuhrman pasta sauce with no added sodium. I don't know, the no added sodium must give you about 50 milligrams per cup, whereas the stuff in the health food store, stuff in the stores have like 600 milligrams per cup, right?
For the low sodium options, maybe 200.
Maybe 200.
Yeah. So
if you,
So there's options, which is really nice. But I also found what's interesting is back to salt. They say people are mostly getting their salt intake from packaged foods and not from the salt at home. So it's just adding up onto each other. But the most could be from those packaged foods that even some Asian sauces that are even marketed as healthy can be 1,000 milligrams per serving.
Per serving, yes.
A lot. It's very high.
The trick is not to eat packaged foods. Or when you're having something that has some salt in it, let's say you're having a little miso to flavor a Caesar dressing. Well, you have to get a low sodium miso and see the sodium content so you know not to use more than 1 tablespoon for 2 people, so you didn't add more than 150 milligrams of sodium to the whole dish that evening.
Right.
So you're keeping that level of anything additional over and above what was in the food very low.
It is crazy that you have to work at this because the packaged food industry and it's so not geared towards this. So you really have to work hard to keep your sodium low, which it's fun. It's a goal. They have low sodium options or no sodium options, which
but you
is
have
great.
to eat at home.
Yeah.
You can't eat restaurant food.
Totally. That also, you could just, after I eat at a restaurant, sometimes it really affects me where I'm extra thirsty and I'm feeling extra lethargic. I'm trying to that feeling
Disgusting.
of dry mouth. It doesn't feel good when you're
to go to eat that stuff.
It's so crazy when you're so used to a clean diet, how eating at a restaurant can really it can highlight and emphasize some of the difference between your cooking and what actually restaurants are using with butter, oil,
I don't
salt.
want to go to restaurants, our food we have at home is too good.
Yeah. Sometimes you like to go to, how often would you say you really like to go to a restaurant?
I don't ever like to go to a restaurant.
You don't like?
No. I go to a restaurant because it's some kind of, I had to go or something.
Anniversary or something?
I'd much rather eat at home.
Yeah. Wow. You want to cook for the whole family? Should I get us all together?
No, I'd much rather have somebody else do the cooking, but that's mean I don't rather eat at home. That's different.
That makes sense.
Eat my food at home.
Yeah.
The things I like at home.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.